Today, we are at the South Surrey Youth Festival. There's bands, dance battles, and even a wipeout zone. We check out all this and more on this edition of Gen Y. On today's show, a class that will increase your cooking knowledge. And girls learn the importance of empowerment through physical activity. Also, climbing at the Hive in North Vancouver. See all this and more right now on Generation Y. Hello, and welcome to Gen Y, a show for youth and by youth. Today, we are at the Surrey Youth Festival, and Shop Canada is hosting a competition behind us. But do you know how to cook? Someday soon, you won't be living with your parents anymore, and cooking is a skill that we must all know. Thankfully, there's the Dirty Apron Cooking School, where teens are learning their way around the kitchen.
How'd you guys enjoy lunch? Good? All right, 2 thumbs up.
Dirty Apron is Vancouver's culinary playground. It's a place where people can come and be inspired and learn how to cook. And as chefs, we try to demystify how things would be done in a restaurant for the home cook.
Chop, sauté, and fillet. Those are just some of the culinary skills teens were learning at the Dirty Apron.
The teens cooking camps that we run, we've been running them for 4 years now, and I think they're popular because they're challenging. Like we teach a similar class like we do our adult classes here at the Dirty Apron. So you're making chocolate soufflés, you're making classic French and Italian recipes, you're making difficult recipes. My batter is now ready.
I thought it would be a great experience to just learn more about food and like cooking and everything. And I just thought that it seemed like it would be really fun.
Well, I decided to join this camp because it was a lot of fun and I learned a lot of new knife skills, how to prepare different dishes. So I just overall love this camp because you learn a bunch of new things.
All right, Maddie, so around the outside with a spatula, underneath and over, exactly.
Every day it's a different theme, like different Asian dishes that you wouldn't normally learn. It's just really cool.
We have our salmon, which we filleted this morning. Today in class was a themed salmon day, and they learned how to break down the salmon, so filleting it, deboning it, and then we use that salmon in 2 different dishes. First is our teriyaki salmon dish, and then we incorporate the trims or the offcuts of the fish into a Japanese seafood pancake called okonomiyaki. 1, 2, 3. Woo. 1 pancake flips. 2 pancakes flips. Success.
For dessert, the students learned how to make chocolate lava cake. Yum.
The chocolate lava cake, it's got a molten center, so when it's perfectly done, when you cut into it, it oozes out this chocolatey goodness.
I really like it because it's kind of like, instead of it just being a little chocolate cake, it's like 2 cakes in one. You get like pudding almost and cake.
The teens realized that cooking is an important skill to have.
I think it's really important for teens to know how to cook because like when we go off to university or when we have families, like you're gonna have to cook.
If your parents work full time, because I know my parents sometimes won't be there for dinner, so me and my brother have to make dinner for ourselves.
Teens need to know about cooking because it's a life skill and it's going to save them money. And when they, go off to college, the ability to be able to go out and buy their meal.
It's very important for everyone, but young people especially, to be connected to their food, where it comes from, how it's grown, and to gain appreciation for it.
It was obvious that passion for cooking is strong at the Dirty Apron.
What I love about cooking is that you get to be very expressive and creative in the kitchen. It's so much fun, and you get to eat it afterwards. It just makes it so much better.
I love everything about cooking. I love how it can be so communal. You can bond with so many people over cooking. I love the creativity. I love that it can be competitive. I always compete with my parents or my friends, and we see like who has the best cookies or things like that. So I really enjoy all aspects of cooking.
If you are afraid of the kitchen, the students and instructors had many words of encouragement.
Wow, you're more of a natural than I am.
I would say that if you're worried about anything, this is a perfect place to learn and make mistakes. It's super supportive. Like, not only do you have the support of your instructors, but everybody in this class will be supporting you too.
The instructors are like very friendly, extremely helpful, and if you ever have a question to ask them, they'll always be there for you.
If you don't have a friend doing it with you, it doesn't really matter because everyone kind of joins different groups and everyone gets along and it's super fun, yeah. I definitely think that it's really important to just kind of go out there because you might actually be really, really good at cooking.
We really set you up for success in here, so if you're worried about making a mistake, it probably won't happen. If it does, it will happen once, and then you move on, and you'll be making great food for the rest of your life.
Those are some very talented chefs.
I know, it makes me want to become better at cooking. All I know how to make is mac and cheese.
And it's not very good either.
I follow the directions on the box. This is Daphne.
And Avon signing off for Gen Y.
Wow, that looks so good. Sure beats the burnt toast I made this morning. So here at the Wipeout Zone, contestants are being tested on their physical and mental abilities. Kind of like in our next story at North Vancouver's indoor rock climbing center, the Hive.
3, 2, 1, go!
Today, we are at the Hive in North Vancouver to learn all about the fun and challenging world of indoor rock climbing.
So the Hive is the Vancouver area's premier indoor bouldering facility. The bouldering is a form of rock climbing involving no ropes or harnesses. We're open to both novice and experienced climbers. For novice climbers, we offer introduction to bouldering classes, as well as allowing them just to drop in and climb anytime. And for experienced climbers, then we have more advanced classes and the opportunities for cross-training.
I think it's a really great workout. It's difficult, but it's not too big a barrier to entry, and it's really therapeutic. Once you get to that top hold, it feels really good.
The thing I most enjoy about rock climbing is being able to challenge yourself physically and mentally, just being able to figure out how you're going to do the climb, and then being able to physically actually hold on.
We know you're probably wondering, so we had to ask, what happens if you fall?
So when we're falling, we want to be landing with our feet shoulder width apart. So nice stable base. So if you have a little bounce for me, and this time just stick in that position. So and then, yeah, perfect. So now we want to do the same thing again, a little jump, land on your feet, roll out of it, but keep your arms out in front. You first. Perfect, and you? Brilliant. Okay, so if you just have a look behind you, check there's no one there, check everything's safe, and then little jump and fall off. 3, 2, yeah. Okay, so finally what we're going to do is we'll see 2 falls off the wall. Brilliant, and then your last one just a little bit higher. Nice one, now you guys are safe to use the gym.
We learned that the climbers enjoyed the social, physical, and mental aspects of the sport.
So the community at the Hive is very welcoming, and a lot of our members find that by coming here they get a chance to meet new people and work on varying challenges together.
Well, I think the climbing gyms in general, they really provide a good community atmosphere for people looking to get started or people who've been here for a long time. I find when I come here, I always talk to someone new, and they're always willing to help you out and teach you a few different things, which I find pretty cool.
And don't worry about getting bored at the Hive. With over 3,000 holds, there are many different challenges.
Indoor rock climbing is an extension on the climbing experience, where movements found outdoors on real rock are mimicked indoors with colourful plastic holds and a more controlled environment. Climbing at the Hive is really something that's open to all abilities. We offer routes of varying difficulties, so we can accommodate any skill set. We've got a great set of instructors, really friendly desk staff, and everyone's always welcome here.
If you are a bit hesitant about trying indoor rock climbing, here are some words of encouragement.
To anyone thinking about trying it out, I would say just do it. They really teach you a few techniques that'll really get you started and kind of ignite a passion for it.
I would tell them that they have great coaches and great instructors that tell you how to climb, and they teach you how to fall and stuff like that, so I would say very limited risk if there is any. I would definitely recommend it. The Hive is an amazing facility, and I can only say good things.
This was a great day. We learned a new sport and we had fun.
Plus, we got a good workout.
This is Daphne
And Avon
signing off for Gen Y.
That looked like so much fun and a great way to get exercise, especially on a rainy day. Now after the break, we meet a group of teens who spent their summer restoring salmon habitats. Also after the break, a running group with a lot of soul. And
family emergency.
we bring you another short film made by teens at the Gulf Islands Film and Television School. Gen Y will be right back.
Is it okay to say
No.
Would I be allowed to say
No.
How long does it take to get to third base?
Long. Trust me.
Do you have a show idea? Want to be on TV? Dream about creating local television content? Shaw is proud to support Access programming and offers volunteer opportunities for in-studio and on-location productions. If you want to get involved, visit our website. See you on TV.
Welcome back to Gen Y. We're here checking out some breakdancing at the Surrey Youth Festival, and it looks like everybody's having a lot of fun. Now in our next story, we meet a group of teens who's making a difference in their community by helping out the local salmon population.
SHARP stands for the Salmon Habitat Restoration Program. It's a youth program focused on environmental work. So we'll do restorations and try to improve salmon habitat.
I care a lot about the natural environment, and I'm really interested in nature and all that entails. The SHARP program is something that it's hands-on and you can really directly help.
As a SHARP crew member, we do a lot of invasive removal, like blackberry and morning glory. And we also take care of our stream beds by picking up garbage, and we clean pollution. We make weirs, as you can see here. It's a bridge of rocks, which lets the water circulate and collect air, and the air will release oxygen into the streams.
In this behind us, it was originally just a drainage ditch. So what we're doing is we're kind of trying to change the way that stream is, or that system is working. So by building up the rocks, the water's going to kind of build up on one side and tumble over. And as it does that, there's more oxygen in the water. And that also will have an impact on the stream bed. So spawning gravel will accumulate on the upstream side, and then on the downstream side, there's going to be a big kind of plunge pool that goes in there, just kind of creating some diversity and habitat for any fish coming up through there.
I think this is such a good way to give back to the environment for what it's given me. And being with a crew, with my fellow high school, I think it's really cool how we can make such a profound impact on the environment.
I really wanted to do it because I've always loved being outside, and not only is it being outside and keeping active, but it's also giving back to the environment and the community as well.
The City of Surrey kind of sponsors the project. They've kind of gone on a mission to take youth from Surrey all over the city and kind of give them opportunities to have meaningful work experiences where they're learning about the environment and getting out and doing good work where the people of Surrey can see them and they can see the impact that they're having. This is like a gravel extraction site or a rock quarry that the city has used for some years for any of their projects. So up the ways quite a way, maybe a couple 100 meters, and up a big hill, there's a big pile of rocks that we've been going to and filling up wheelbarrows, and the kids have been bringing them down. And it's a lot of work, and it takes a lot of effort to get them all down here, but they're all pretty gung-ho to go get in there and get their hands dirty and work hard.
The things that I've learned about the salmon habitat is that it's really fragile, and anything will make a big impact in the long run for many generations. It's good that we're doing this because salmon are keystone species. We need them for our ecosystem to survive.
It's great, meaningful work that they get. They're learning all sorts of teamwork skills, learning how to work with each other. For a lot of these kids, this is their first job. We have some that just finished grade 10. It's been a bit of a learning experience for some of them, I think, but everyone's already made it a long way.
For
For someone who's sitting at home and wondering whether or not they should do this, I would tell them that they definitely should. I was hesitant about joining as well. I thought, oh, I don't know if I could do this, but I'm so glad I did it because you're outside, you're being active, you're not sitting on your couch, and it's out, and you learn a lot of different stuff too, and you get a lot of different experiences, like working in the rain and in rivers, and usually it's not this rainy, usually it's nice and hot, but it's a great exercise too for you as well.
If you like working outside, if you like being with nature, and if you like working as a group, this is a perfect opportunity for you because it includes all of those things.
Wow, that is dedication. Working in the pouring rain. I'm sure the salmon are swimming a lot better now though, just like the Surrey Orcas Water Polo Club. Next, we meet a running group that teaches girls about valuable lessons like self-esteem, confidence, and goal setting.
Being active is a fun, inclusive way to build powerful relationships and deal with anxiety and stress.
Soul Girls started about 4 years ago. I was dealing with a lot of anxiety and didn't really know how to express myself. Through this experience, I also saw Amanda Todd's video, and it was a video of a girl who was showing these cue cards and not speaking. And what I found was that I could relate to the video, and I wanted to change that.
Before hitting the pavement, each session of Soul Girls begins with an icebreaker and discussions around topics like building self-esteem, confidence, and friendship.
In our 9-week program, we're training to run a 5-kilometer fun run, but we also talk about things like values and friendship and goals and kind of a lot of stuff that girls are going through that they don't really have an avenue to be able to engage in conversation. So talking about body image and jealousy and kind of the things that come up, and also anxiety. So what is it and how to have language and tools to talk about it. And then we use running as a creative tool to develop these conversations.
In their time of growing up, there will be a lot of issues and some restrictions. But Soul Girls basically provides them with this environment that they could really open up to each other.
So I thought we'd go for a run. Yay! Yay!
Soul Girls is for runners of all abilities.
The way I look at running is totally different from like a typical running program. So running for me is about hopping, skipping, jumping, running, walking, just finding what I call your happy pace. And when you find your happy pace, it means you can have conversation at the same time as when you're running. And I think typically, running programs are about being as fast as you can. And Soul Girls is more about enjoying the journey.
Originally, when I came as a solitaire, I was like, I'm not that good at running. Like, will I be able to fit in here? But what I came to realize is you will fit in. And the biggest thing about Soul Girls is that you develop, you grow. So even if you come into this program not really good at physical activity, you grow and you develop and you become better at the end. And I think for anyone who's thinking of doing it, do it.
Soul Girls has a message about positive body image, self-confidence, and goal setting.
I think the biggest message that I want to share with Soul Girls is that you're not alone. And fun, physical activity can be fun. And it's not just, beep tests and being fit, but it's also a really amazing place to let go of the mess or the scribble I call in your head.
Soul Girls believe that healthy, happy girls make strong, successful leaders and strong communities.
I'm just literally taken away by how articulate these girls are, how passionate these girls are, how so intelligent and so driven these girls are. And it reminds you that wow, this is our generation. This is the upcoming, these are the people that are gonna lead you. And I think that's the beauty of Soul Girls. You see people like this and it's inspiring.
I had a girl that joined our program a couple years ago now. Her name is Kate. We had given her a leadership certificate and she ripped it up. She deals with anxiety and severe anxiety where she can't accept a compliment or doesn't feel like she's good enough. And by the next couple weeks, I was like, hey, that's enough. We can't have this conversation anymore. We're gonna change it. And so I said, repeat after me. I'm strong, I'm powerful, and Kate. She rolled her eyes and then kind of looked at me and said, I'm strong, I'm powerful, and Kate. And at the end of the session, we kept on running. At the end of the session, she said, before she left, she said a little bit louder. She said, I'm strong, I'm powerful, and Kate. And I was like, okay, game on. And every week it got louder and louder. And at the end of the 5-kilometer fun run, she was throwing her hands up in the air, going through the finish line. I'm strong, I'm powerful, and Kate. And for me, that is the reason why I do everything. Because she's not alone. And I think that we all have this crazy story in our heads that tells us we're not good enough, but we are. And it's this constant support and love that we need from others and also from ourselves that can make us do incredible things.
Hey Daphne, you know what I learned today? What? That running is good for the soul. Get it? Soul.
Yeah, good one. If you want to find out more information on the Soul Girls, check out their website.
Today was soul fun.
This is Daphne.
And Avon signing out for Gen Y.
It's great to see physical activity and self-esteem going hand in hand, but make sure to take your rest days. Now stay tuned, because after the break, we will bring you more from the Surrey Youth Festival, as well as another youth-produced video from the Gulf Islands Film and Television School. Gen Y will be right back.
They say that just before you die, your whole life flashes before you. So what do you see just before you live?
Creating local TV that matters to your community. Shaw TV, your local voice.
Welcome back to Gen Y. The Surrey Youth Festival is the largest free youth event of the year, and from the dance battles behind me to the wipeout zone, it's been a lot of fun. Now, our last item of the show is from the Vancouver Gulf Islands Film and Television School, who have been mentoring young filmmakers for over 21 years.
So, how'd you find yourself on the Sunset Trail?
Well, I consider myself a pretty big hiker, and I thought, you know, the longest trail in the world would be kind of fun and a good challenge. What about you?
Yeah. Well, I was gonna meet with a few friends of mine, maybe hike for a day or two, but one of them had a family emergency or something.
Oh, wow.
They had to cancel the whole trip at the last minute.
That's a shame.
Yeah. Since I drove up here from Florida, I thought might as well make the hike without them.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Why don't we camp together? You know, there's a nice spot right here.
Yeah.
What do you say?
Sounds like a good idea.
Awesome. It's Daniel, right?
Yeah.
You want to come help me set up camp? I'm James.
Sure thing, James.
Hey, you want to pass me the jerky?
Yeah, sure. You okay?
I think I did something to my leg, but
yeah. Yeah. Looks like you dislocated your knee.
Yeah.
Let's get that back in there. Right?
Yeah.
I'm gonna count down from 3 to 1, all right?
Got it.
3, 2, 1. Okay. Can you stand?
Probably not.
All right.
Don't think so.
Gotcha.
All right. There we go.
All right. Let's see if I can call some help. Miss officers, you think you'll be fine till morning?
I'll survive.
All right. Let's get you back to your tent.
Yeah. Hey, take a look at that.
Wanna eat something?
Let's go, I'm hungry.
Me too.
So, now what?
Can I get you two some coffee?
I'm fine.
No? Okay. You guys make a cute couple, by the way.
We're not
We're
together.
not
we're
together.
Not
Oh. Okay, forget I said anything. Sorry.
So, what do you think?
Another great production from our Gen Y alumni, Ben McPhail. Thanks, Ben. Well, that's a wrap for this edition of Gen Y. And as we say goodbye to this year's Surrey Youth Festival, make sure to check them out on Facebook for information on next year's. And of course, we welcome your feedback. So if there's a story you'd like to see or you have any ideas for the show, please contact us through our website. For Gen Y, I'm Ben. Thanks for watching.
Gen Y is brought to you by Options Community Services.
DJ Fire spin on the ones and twos.